Hello everybody and welcome to Civilization 5. So I've been super addicted to this game lately, so I thought that I would play it on the channel. Before we get into it, here's the mod list that I'm using. It's nothing too much, just a couple UI mods and some graphics mods for the units to make them look a little bit better. So let's just get right into it. I already have a game set up. Here we are. Okay, so we're playing on an Earth map, which basically just looks like Earth. It's going to be huge, so it's going to have 12 different players and 24 city-states. I'll explain all of that when we get into the game, but we're playing on normal, which is Prince, epic game pace, because I just like the longer games. We're gonna have every type of victory available. If the AI wins one of so we're going to be going for a domination victory, which is just that we kill everyone else. But if a different civilization wins via the other methods of victory, we're just going to keep playing until either we get destroyed, which is unlikely to happen, or we destroy everyone else. Then it'll count as a win in our Let's Play books. So in order to be like completely eliminated from the game, you have to have everything destroyed. So even if you just have like one worker left, you still have to play with that worker until he gets killed. Other than that, we're playing as Babylon, which is one of the best civilizations, I think, in the game, if not the best, because you get a lot of great scientists, which give you a lot of science, which I'll explain later. But let's just get right into it.
May the blessings of heaven be upon you, O great Nebuchadnezzar, father of mighty and ancient Babylon. Young was the world when Sargon built Babylon some 5,000 years ago.
Okay. So, here's our start. So this start looks pretty alright. We have a lot of hills, truffles there, cotton. That's about it. Okay, so we have our settler here, which... Okay, I'm gonna explain some things. So, firstly, our settler here, as you can see, we don't have a city yet. So we have to use up our settler to found a city. Now, where our city is really important because we want to be near a lot of resources. And we want to have a good defensible position for when we get attacked and stuff later. So as you can see right here, we have a little bit of a hill area. And hills actually get... The units on hills get a little bit of a defense boost. So we're going to want to set up right there. So if I use up my turn, found city, boom. Okay, so let me explain some of the resources. There's apples here, which are food, hammers, which are production, these little coins, which are the amount of gold you get. Those are the main ones. And they all do something equally important. Food gets you more people. So how it works is I only have one citizen in my city. So this right here is the only, well, it's not the only one, but I can choose one of these I can choose one of these sort of plots to work on, and whatever is on those plots, say these 3 apples, 1 coin, why did I say apples? 3 food, 1 coin. I can select that and I'll get 3 food and 1 gold. So yeah, the more food you get, the more of these guys you get, the more you can harvest your other tiles. But the more people you have, the more food you need. So there's a little bit of a trade-off there. Hammers are probably the most important resource. As you can see down here, I can produce buildings, units, those kind of things. And the more production you have, which like I said is the hammers, the less time it's going to take to make each thing. So right now, a scout would cost 8 turns. If I take that away from the 3 food, 1 gold tile, I can put it on the 2 hammer tile, and it goes down to 6. Now, a difference of 1 turn might not seem like much, but it's actually pretty big, because you need, you really need to be efficient with your time. So, up here, when you first get a new citizen, the AI will place it on one of your tiles automatically. So here you can choose which resource you want to prioritize. So right now at the beginning of the game and all throughout the game, I want to focus on production. So I'm going to select that. And then if I set it to use the citizen, they'll automatically go to this 2 production tile. Okay. Now, cotton. There are a couple different type of special tile. These tiles are things like cotton, wheat, truffles, sheep, those kinds of things. Some tiles, which are like this cotton, these truffles, they are called luxuries, and if you work on that tile, you'll get happiness, which is pretty important. You'll also usually get more gold, and yeah, things like sheep, wheat, they're just they're just a little bit better than regular tiles. So they're not too amazing, but they're better than just if there was nothing there. Okay, so first thing we're going to make is a scout. I'll explain what a scout does in a minute. Now we're going to choose our first research, which, if we open the technology tree, we can see there's a lot of things to research. Researching things gives you new units, new buildings, and just bonuses. The farther along technology-wise, the better your civilization is in general. It also determines what era you're in. Can you not? Sorry if you hear any weird noises. My dog's in the room, and she sounds like a pig. She makes snorting noises. But anyway, when you select a thing to research, it'll take this many turns to research it, and when that happens, you'll get whatever it says here. So if I was to research pottery, I'd get a shrine and a granary, which granary increases food production. Shrine lets you get a religion, which isn't amazing, but it's fine. It's a buff, so why not? Religion is a whole other mechanic that I'll explain soon. So if I select that, I can see up here that this is how many turns it's going to take. Now, we can decrease that by getting more of these blue points, which are called science. The more science you have, the faster things will research. Now, our character, don't care about that. Our character, Babylon, is a research-based civilization. What this means is that they have great buffs to research. The buff that they have is they get so much to explain in this game. When they research writing, they get a free Great Scientist, which a Great Scientist is a unit that you can use up to build an academy, which gives you 10 science per turn. Or just 10 science. Which is really, really good, especially because Babylon also earns them 50% faster, which means that they are always going to have a ton of great scientists, and that means that they're always going to have a ton of science. Okay, now, about moving around. So with this warrior, you might notice that we can move 2 tiles this way, but only 1 tile this way. That's because this is a hill. So we have 2 movement points. And depending on what is on the tile you want to move to, you can move more or less. So if this tile is flat, it'll take up 1 movement point. If the tile is a hill or a forest, it's going to take up 2 movement points. So, in short, you can move to 2 flat tiles one hill or forest tile, or one flat tile and one rough tile. So, oh, barbarians, great. So about those different types of tiles, hill tiles let your units see a little bit farther. Forest tiles block your sight unless you're on a hill. And yeah. So we see these barbarians. They just basically attack anything they see. So they're probably going to go for my city. But I'm going to end my turn. Okay. So I think I might hold off on killing those guys because it's gonna... You can see on the left that I'm doing basically the same amount of damage as them, slightly less. So I'm not gonna do that yet. Hill tiles also get a defensive bonus. So if you're on a hill, you're gonna be doing a little bit. Enemies will be doing a little bit less damage to you. But that goes doubly true. But that also applies to enemies. So if they're on a tile, you're going to do less damage to them. Okay, just going to wait for my scout to show up. Takes a couple turns. Bing, bada, boom. Okay. So scouts are good because they're pretty weak, but they don't, no matter what tile they move to, it always costs the same amount of movement. So they're not going to be penalized for moving onto hills or anything. But like I said, they're fairly weak, so you might want to be careful with them anyway. So we've got a river here, which can be pretty good later because we can unlock something that makes farms better on tiles with access to fresh water. So that's kind of cool. Okay. Next, we're going to produce a worker, which basically upgrades... We can use to upgrade any of our tiles. So we can turn this tile, for instance, to a mine tile, which produces us one extra hammer. So that's what we're going to want to do. Okay, move this way. More sheep there. More truffles. Now, if we have a... Okay, so having one of a luxury will give us that +4 happiness. But if... So if we have excess of a luxury, we can sell those off to other cities for money. What happiness does is... It's pretty hard to keep up, but it's important. Oh, we found a natural wonder. Okay, those are special tiles that do certain things. it's not too amazing. That's pretty good though, because that produces a ton of gold. Anyway, what I was saying was, if your happiness turns negative, it'll be unhappiness, which will give you a bunch of debuffs. The more cities you have and the more people you have, the more your happiness will go down. So that's a little bit annoying, but whatever. So over here we can see that another player has founded a religion. When you found a religion, you can choose from whatever buff you want that religion to have. So they chose the Goddess of Protection, which increases a city's defense. It's pretty much what... When you choose your pantheon, nobody else can choose that from now on. So they get Goddess of Protection. Nobody else can ever have Goddess of Protection unless they spread their religion to unless their cities nobody else can have that unless their cities that means that nobody else can have that benefit unless their cities adopt that religion. The AI pretty much always picks Goddess of Protection, which I'd say that's a pretty good one. But it also helps your enemies too, because they can sometimes adopt your religion, and that means that they get the benefits for, you know. Okay, we're just going to keep exploring with these scouts, just to see more of the map. Okay, we found a ruin. So when we move one of our units to a ruin, we'll get something. We might get a person. We might get technology. We might get weapons. Who knows? So I touched that and we got to see some of the surrounding area, which there's some gold over here, which is really good. So right now I'm kind of scouting out a possible location for our second city. Oops, more ruins there. That's just because later on we're really going to be fighting for territory. So it's good to get those first few really efficient cities out there with really good land and really good access to just stuff in general. Because the AI civilizations are...
Thou
Ooh,
shalt not
we got a
muzzle the
technology.
ox when he treadeth
That's
out the
cool.
corn.
We can trade with other civs. We get horses. What was I just talking about? The AI civilizations love to just hoard land. They'll place their cities in the worst spots and get mad at you if you get too close. If you put your cities too close, I should say. And that'll result in a land war, and it's really annoying. Because if they place their cities in a bad spot, you have to take over their city, and that'll generate a lot of unhappiness.
Shall the clay say to him that fashioneth it,
Okay, so we got
what makest thou?
Granary and Shrine, which we really only wanted pottery so we can get to writing, and we can get our great scientist as fast as possible. Ooh, my voice already hurts from talking. There's so much to explain in this game. So, this area over here might be good for our second city. There are two types of cities. There are land cities and coastal cities. Coastal cities can build ships and explore the ocean, which is what we're going to be wanting to do eventually. I'm actually surprised we haven't ran into anyone else. We're on a huge map, so we have 12 different civilizations, including me. So, I guess 11 other people in the game. Which is going to mean a lot of people to kill. Almost to that worker, which is good. Uh-oh. So these barbarians are getting a little bit too close. So we can fire on them. And I'm going to move these warriors. These barbarians are going to be a little bit annoying. But my scouts should be able to outmaneuver them. Barbarians are an absolute pain in the early game, but they get pretty easy to deal with later on. So it looks like someone else founded a pantheon and founded so they get +1 faith from tundra tiles without forest, which doesn't seem that great, but whatever. Okay, let's keep firing on these guys. Ooh, they founded another pantheon. +2 faith for each gems and pearls. It's not amazing. And we can kill them. Okay, so we have workers. These guys can, as the name suggests, work for us. So we're going to want to build a farm over here. Because it's wheat and it'll give us more food. Next up, we want a monument. Monuments give you culture. The more culture you have, the bigger your cities will get. And the closer you'll get to unlocking a social policy, which are just little buffs that you can have access to. So, that's pretty good. Okay, so we met this city-state over here called Bratislava. City-states are different from civilizations in that they are usually peaceful. They'll only try to attack you if they are allied with a civilization that you're at war with. You can do quests for them that will increase their how much they like you. And if they like you a ton, you'll be their ally. Which basically means that you get a bunch of bonuses from them, and they'll go to war with anyone you're at war with. Oh boy, my voice. We're gonna leave Bratislava alone, though. Another Pantheon. +2 faith from quarries. +1 faith for each copper, iron, and salt. Yeah. Early game AI loves to get their first pick of religion, which makes it very hard for you to do so. Palace provides a bunch of stuff. Okay. Monument's almost done. I'm surprised we haven't ran into anyone. What map is this again? It's Earth. Oh, I didn't even realize that. Huh. I wonder what continent we're on. Not quite sure yet. We might be in Africa. Nah. Well, maybe. Yeah, this might be Africa. We got our monument. So, next up I think we're going to make a granary. I don't really care about religion. It's So we're just gonna get that. Oh, there's somebody. We can adopt our first policy, which we're going to adopt honor, because that just gives us a bunch of combat buffs, especially versus like barbarians. Even just adopting it gives us 33% bonus against barbarians. So we're going to want that take on these guys. It's still not going to be enough to like do a lot of damage against them though, which kind of sucks. Finally built that farm. Might want to go to food bonus fruit. Nah. Really want that production. Okay, who are you? Theodora.
Μονοπίνου θαύμα. Ποιον όνομα υπημισέ, ο καλός ξένος? Είμαι η Θεοδόρα.
Neither of us have writing yet, so we can't build an embassy.
Έθελες τι?
No open borders, any of that. We need civil service to open borders? That seems like a while away. Okay. Yeah, we can't do anything. At least not yet.
Eu sou Pedro,
Oh,
imperador do
Brazil.
Brasil. Tenho pouco tempo para agradecer.
Hello.
O que o traz aqui?
You have nothing either. Okay, so that's one of their scouts. More barbarians. That's fine. Okay. I don't think that there's anything I can have these workers do right now, because I don't have any more... I don't have enough... Since I've been going for science, I don't really have anything else. Maybe I can make a pasture on these pigs. No, I can't. Because I need trapping for that. Okay. Nope, these guys have leveled up. I'm gonna get Drill 1, which increases damage on rough terrain, which is hills, forest, or jungle. That's going to even out the defense bonuses that they get for being on those tiles. Okay, cool. So let's look at our rankings. So we can see how well everyone is doing and everything. Wow. They already have 48,000 people, while we only have 1,000. I think that might be 1,000 per each person, which doesn't really make very much sense, but whatever. I'm surprised I have more soldiers than anybody. I'm the least happy. Same amount of technologies, which is good. Hopefully they'll go to war with each other. I don't want to have to deal with them. At least not yet. I still don't know where I am. I think I am in Africa. Who knows? Yeah, this is definitely Africa. Let's look how it kind of slopes here. And I'm guessing it's going to go down here. Okay, that's good. I thought that was my troops at first, but it's not. Okay, so this has just provided us with a list of people with the most military power. Pedro is second, or sorry, third. I am 8th out of 12th. Theodora is second to last place, which is good. These people are going to be a little bit hard to take down, but hopefully not in the late game. Stupid barbarians. That would only be a minor victory. I'm not going to go for it just yet. Can't wait to get writing so I can get my first great scientist. And then my science is going to go up by the speed of sound. Next up, we're going to want to get mining, so I can mine some of these tiles. I think I'm going to build that academy right here, just because I'm already using that tile, so I might as well anyway. Byzantines, guys. Byzantine is Theodora. by the way. Okay, we got our granary, which means we're gonna get more food again. What do we want? I guess a shrine, why not? Actually, we'll just say that we're gonna go for a shrine, but once we get writing, we're gonna go for the Great Library, which is going to give us a bunch of science and a free technology. Not that I'm really going to even need it. Looks like more barbarians. So annoying. I want to get the XP for killing those guys, so I'm not going to kill them with my city. Oh, who's that? I think that might be... Looks like that's Pedro.
He who destroys a
Great
book
library.
kills reason
Awesome.
itself.
We can adopt another policy. We're gonna get warrior code, which is gonna increase production when training melee units, and also give us a great general, which will just boost our damage in nearby nearby plots, nearby tiles, whatever you want to call it. Okay, and we're gonna have this guy, our great scientist, move here. And then next turn we're gonna have him build a research building thingy. Next up we're gonna research our mining. Okay. Well, that was fucking rude. Did he for real just kill that guy? No. That's not fucking possible. Did we just lose him? Oh. If we just lost him, that's actually devastating. I think we did. Oh my god. Oh, motherfucker. That's devastating. That's actually devastating. Oh, holy shit. Well, hold on, what time is it? And with that, I think we're gonna end this first episode. Holy crap, that is devastating. That was a free guy that took us so many turns to get that. And it's gone. Because that barbarian wanted to be a fucking dickhead. I can't even process that. I should have cleared this. I just didn't think that he would. I can't believe he just sniped me like that. Left his camp undefended. I don't understand barbarians in this game. Like, why would he do that? He just wanted to be mean. Like, ooh, come on. Okay, well, we'll continue this next episode. We should be able to recover from that. It's just, that's a lot of science that we're going to be missing out on. It's 10 science. We have 4 right now. That would have, like, almost tripled our supply. Well, whatever. It happens sometimes.